All Halayim, Layahaw Bashim Haushai, Bahashim Rakat Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS. Peace, blessing, mercy. Salutations to all the brotherhood out there. Sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bashim Haushai. So I'm out here a little early. We're still in Lemoore, but we're in a different location. Well, like 100 feet away. So, when we talk about miracles, so when you go to what does the Bible say about type of miracles? Here we go. Alright, so first scripture is Acts 4:30. While you stretch out your hand to heal, and signs and wonders are performed through the name of your holy servant, Yahushua Mashiach. So, whenever you get a chance to get to Acts 4:30, because it's time for miracles to start happening. You know, we haven't seen miracles in a while, and we haven't had the ability to show us those miracles. Because I was studying the scriptures, and I was reading Exodus, how it was talking about judges, how they raised up, how Bashim Yahushai raised up judges for us. How Bashim Yahushai raised up. And it was because he had to raise judges for us to show us that he's still there, but he will give us trouble to teach us how to be warriors, because the whole reason why we were having to fight these wars in Israel is to get rid of the land, to get rid of people inhabiting that land, and to prove ourselves worthy of keeping that land. So let's get Acts 4:30.
This is Acts 4:30. By stretching forth thine hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done by the name of thy holy child Yahushua.
Man, see, that said holy child. So Yahushua has a big part in our lives. When we were back in Egypt, when we were in many different captivities. So the first time he stretches his hand out, it was in Egypt. He showed us the 9 plagues, or the deadly plagues of Egypt, and at the same time he was working on the false gods of Egypt. Can you get Matthew 17 and 20? And then I'm going to go to John 4:48. Because we were talking about last week how John the Baptist got decapitated, and then Herod was scared of him because he was like, "Isn't this the guy that I just had murdered?" But he came back, and he was scared. So stuff like that is going to happen. It has to happen. Because we need to see those signs again, because we have lost faith. So when we were coming out of Egypt, we had great faith. Like, man, because we seen them. We seen the chariot leading us. Can you get John 4?
It's John 4:48. Then said Yahushua unto him, except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe.
Except you see it, you won't believe it. So what are the people seeing when they watch videos? They're seeing their salvation. Because they're taking notes, starting to change their ways. They say, well, I ain't American. I'm really a Hebrew Israelite. And then when you have conversations at work or wherever you're at, like I called in today. I just didn't want to bill. But yesterday I was working and this guy, his name is Israel. He asked me, "So are you religious?" Well, so it came to pass that he said, "Oh, how are you going to do your turkey?" And I said, "We don't celebrate Thanksgiving." He goes, "Really? Are you religious?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What church do you go to?" And I said, "The Church of Israel." I just said that because his name was Israel. And I wanted to get him to start asking me questions. See, you got to set him up. So he's like, "Oh, really? You're a Jew?" And I go, "Yep." So it started like that. And then, Monday comes around. He's going to be like, "Hey, man, tell me a little bit more about that." Because he knew about the naan and he knew about the hummus. So Hanukkah's coming up. And we're about to see some miracles. Remember when we were out there last week, the moon was red, right?
Yeah.
It was big and red. And these science queers, they call it a blood moon. But it's not even bloody yet. The blood hasn't been spilled yet. So what are you going to call it when it really is blood spilled? Blood moon. What are you going to call that? Can you get Matthew 17 and 20, Monica?
It's Matthew 17 and 20. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Man, so he said a mountain. Now people be like, which mountain? The mountain of Edom. The government of Edom. You'll say, man, fuck that. And they'll move. Also, remember that mountain that John the Revelator was talking about came from the sky, that big giant spaceship. So there's ways to help yourself out. You don't have to do everything yourself. You need to ask for miracles, because if you ever had a child and they start walking, you're just right behind them to make sure they don't fall and bust their head open. That's how Yahushua is with us, man. Yahweh sends him to provide our miracles, and all we gotta do is pray. The test hasn't even started yet. MOTV hasn't even been mentioned by the government. They haven't even put us in concentration camps. The tough stuff hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, that's why with this whole Maxine, that shit was nothing,
Yeah,
but wait until the shit. And it's like you see all these Israelite camps coming out, all kinds of them and shit. I don't know if you've seen. There's a bunch of Israelite camps though.
Yeah. There's a lot of them coming up, and there's a lot of them that are just meant to stress people out and confuse people.
Yeah.
Because some camps believe in taking that shit. IUIC does. ICPK, they got members that took that shit. It's like we're the only ones that are like, I don't trust that. Number one, can you get Acts 3 and 16 and then Mark 6 and 17? Because the miracles that Yahushua was doing while he was here, people got to see that. The non-believers and the believers, he converted people by the way of those miracles. See, the whole time we've been alive, in our different lives and captivities, we've been getting help. What about that time you needed something really bad, you didn't have money, you didn't get money, but I got 2 food stamp cards.
Did you ever?
Hell yeah. Well, I haven't called back, but I got them, and they haven't reloaded them. But still, man, that was a huge help. It wasn't quite what I asked for, but he's not going to give us what we asked for.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like our kids, or if you know anybody that has a kid, they'll be like, I want this video game. And then you'll be like, you just got a fucking video game. No, but this one's different. And then you'll be like, well, no, just play that one. And get the updates. Let's get Acts 3 and 16.
This is Acts 3 and 16. And his name, through faith in his name,
that, and then we'll finish the rest of the scripture. And his name, by faith in his name, right? You have faith. Well, we have great faith. We have faith in the name, because we ain't never seen Yahushua. We know he's a dark-skinned, so-called black man. We know he's austere. We know he's living in the heavens. We know he's in his Father's kingdom right now. We know he's going to come back to earth, and he's going to handle business. But we ain't never seen him. Hell, he could have passed us up on the street a couple of times, and we didn't even know. That's why the scripture says, beware to entertain strangers, as some have entertained angels. So we have to be spiritual. Give everybody a chance. Right?
I got a precept.
Right.
This is Philippians 2:12. Therefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Work out your own salvation in my absence.
So we gotta go harder, though.
You gotta go harder. And one of the reasons why is because that's the test. You know, you get a guard dog to protect the chickens. What's that guard dog's test? When you go leave for a couple days and the wolves come. Is that guard dog gonna protect those chickens, or is he gonna let them get fucking eaten? Because if he lets them get eaten, when we come back from vacation, you know, there's gonna be a bullet in his fucking head if those chickens are done with. But he'll prove himself to be worth it. And I keep seeing little chariots popping up. I don't know if it's a chariot, because I looked over there and the blue light popped up, and I looked over here and the blue light popped up. So we're gonna catch you, chariot. We're gonna catch you on film, because a lot of, and this is a little bit off topic, but a lot of the camps have been capturing chariots.
Somebody caught a chariot on the Apostles' channel when they were doing camp.
You see, and that's when we're getting our help. That's how we show ourselves worthy of that. That was a good scripture. So let's get Mark 6 and 17.
You said 6 and 17?
Yes, sir. 16.
Awesome. This is Mark.
Oh, hold on. Let's finish this one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
This Acts 3 and 16, and his name through faith in his name hath made this man strong, whom we see and know. Yea, the faith which is by him hath given him the perfect soundness in the presence of you all.
So that's how people know that we're not messing around. Because we have a strong mind now. That mind was healed, and it's still healing. Can you get Mark 16 and 17 now?
This is Mark 16 and 17. And these signs shall follow them that believe in my name. Shall they cast out devils? They shall speak with new tongues.
Man, that's powerful right there. And these signs will accompany those who believe in my name. That's powerful right there. It's just a name, but it's the most holiest thing, because that name is going to provide healing. It's going to provide food for us, shelter.
And it says right here, it says perfect soundness. So when we hear the name Yahushua, that's perfect soundness. But when we hear Jesus, that's a disturbed sound right there.
Or the kids say that's cringy.
Yesterday too, I was watching a video, brother from LA, and it was an old video of him that he did, and there was like a lady, she was possessed, right? And then they were using the name Jesus, but the demon was just laughing at, like smiling at them, like, you know.
That's a disturbance in the force right there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And a big disturbance in the force is the name, Yahushua. Because there's two forces. Like there's a good side and there's a bad side. There's a light and darkness.
Because remember on Star Wars, the good side, they could feel a disturbance in the force whenever the evil side was in their presence.
And we can feel it too. We just don't get it like that. We'll be like, something's going on. And then the demon will present itself, and you'll be like, man, it's more bullshit. But then you'll battle it, whether it be with words or your actions. You can be like, all right, cool, and then walk away. So, in the new tongues, didn't we learn Hebrew? Well, we're learning Hebrew, and we're deciphering Greek. We broke down the English. We learned Spanish. You see, this is very accurate. And all we had to have is that one tool. That faith as a seed of mustard seed. Just that much. And that's how it started, right?
It grows. Doesn't it grow slow, the mustard seed? But once it expands, and boom,
it bangs and it grows fucking big, and it provides shade and it provides a home for the birds. But when we first heard the name, that was the first grain of seed. That was the first mustard seed. That we're like, this sounds right.
Then you started using it, and then it started, believing in it more and more.
Because that's what we had to have. We were like, man, this Jesus thing ain't working out. But I know what is working out, my faith. Can you get John 14 and 12, I'm 1, and Marakava, Acts 19 and 11? Remember John got killed and brought back? Paul got killed and brought back. Stephen got killed, but he didn't get brought back. He just got killed. But it's all because of what he wanted. It's all in the name of Yahushua.
Yeah, because with him, he looked up in the sky and he seen what he seen Yahushua in the right hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This time I did see the light.
Okay.
But it disappeared. That chariot's playing tricks on me. Because it goes over here. It goes wherever I look. Like I look and I'll see a little blue dot in the sky. And you know me, I'm colorblind. I can't look at the sky and say, oh, look at that, it's blue. But it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. That's also a miracle.
Yeah.
So, and then when, like you said, Stephen was killed, but he saw the Lord. Imagine you're getting stoned and you don't feel it. It fucking hurts. You ever fell and hit your head? That shit hurts. Imagine rocks getting thrown at you.
Yeah, because he got stoned to death.
You got stoned to death, which was a custom of those days. And those customs were followed. They were like, man, we gotta put this guy to death. He's trying to disturb our peace, but he was really bringing peace. Let's get John 14.
It's John 14 and 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also.
Ooh. So, hey, one of the works he does is heal. He heals people. He saves people. He heals them, he saves them. He provides things that they need. That's awesome right there. Whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do. So just imagine walking on water. And water changes. Water gets hot, water gets cold, water can freeze, water can evaporate. So he controlled those elements. He made them hard enough so that you can walk over. He'll bring birds so they can bring you food. That's just the power that we're dealing with. That's who we're working with and for. He's the one that woke us up. He's the one that said, okay, today is camp day. You're going to go out to camp. You're going to take care of business today. This is what you're going to teach. But really, it's all him. Can you get that scripture?
Acts 19:11. And Yahweh wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul.
Man, you see how that happens? Paul was persecuting the church. He was persecuting the church at first. He was like, man, we got to kill these guys. They're preaching a different gospel. But then Yahushua knocked him off his horse. Hey, Yahushua made him blind and he killed him.
Yeah.
He was dealing with him, and look how he dealt with him. First time he made him blind. Second time he killed him. And the second time he was doing the work. But he still kept going. Now, Paul knew about the power. We don't know. We don't have that I know. We don't have that ability. You don't remember when we used to play Nintendo Entertainment System and the game wouldn't turn on? What would we do? We take the cartridge out. Oh, I know this is gonna work.
Blow on it.
Blow on it. You got it more dirty with your fucking saliva, and then somehow it worked.
Yeah.
How did you feel when that shit turned on? Hell yeah. And then if it didn't turn on, all you gotta do is pull it out just a little bit and let it catch on the tab, and it'll stay on, and it stayed on, and then you're playing.
Yeah.
So let's get Psalm 77:14. That'll be the last one, because it's all about the miracles.
Because when you're a kid, you believe that you blew into the cartridge that it was gonna turn on.
Mm-hmm.
I had my cousins when I had this before, managed to blow the shit out of the game though. But somehow they will still work though, I was like, all right.
And then we get that Q-tip, dip it in alcohol.
Oh, even to clean the the games of CDs and shit too.
Swab it out, and it'll turn on. It was always a disaster, right? Like, oh fuck, the game don't work. I got my friends over, my cousins over, trying to co-op, and then it would work.
And when they push it in, they would kind of like try to hit the edge, like when they push it in.
Yeah, to keep it there. That's what I used to
Or
do.
they would put something in place so that
Or another game.
Oh, yes, they could keep it.
Another game.
down.
Yeah.
See, but there's a bunch of different systems, and every system requires its own trick.
Yeah.
Well, Yahushua is the key word to all the systems. Who knows, man? We're about to see some wonderful miracles. We might show up to the fucking grocery store with nothing, and all of a sudden, our card we'll get a text. Hey, your card just got a couple of $100 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Swipe. Because it's just a swipe. You don't have to have, hey, this is like back in the day, this is $1 worth $15 in silver. Let me get some goods. But now this is the wonderful miracle that we're going to do. Look at that giant ass bag. Oh yeah, we're going to see those chariots. Like the whole sky's going to get filled up with chariots. And then some. We used to watch that movie, what's it called? When did you go see the second one? Independence Day. And that was crazy, because the first thing they showed is a big giant ship on the side of the planet. On the side of the planet. Like, wow. And then the other ships popped off under it. Man. So the miracles that Yahushua is doing right now, we're gonna do. We're gonna get that starship battle cruiser. Just imagine a ship the size of California.
Yeah, that's gonna be noticeable.
Yeah, you'll be in the ship across the galaxies, man. Like Dune, that movie Dune, just doing work.
Oh yeah, because they will travel to different planets and.
Let's get that last scripture.
Psalm 77:14. Thou art the Most High that doest wonders, that thou hast declared thy strength among the people.
Man. So he says, look how strong I am. I got you out of Egypt. That should be enough. Damn, you got us out of Egypt. Could have been some fucking Africans right now in Egypt.
Hamites out there.
Marrying Hamite women. Taking showers under fucking cow's piss. That's some foul shit. But we're gonna work. The power is gonna work through us. How is gonna give us that power?
And it's a miracle too that we woke up to the truth, because not many people are still waking up to the truth though yet.
Man, and those are spirits, right? Spirits of, like, when we woke up, that name Yahushua scared off that spirit that was keeping us dull. And then it went away, and then we started getting more courage, more confidence by saying the name. So So that's a miracle in itself. See, that's a miracle. We're gonna do miracles. He's gonna keep doing miracles, and miracles are gonna happen for us. So right now we're struggling. It's gonna get tough, and this is just the beginning. We're gonna go into winter, and who knows what this crazy cockamamie president is gonna say. You're gonna say some foul, fucked up shit. So that was my lesson. Keep your faith strong. Keep saying that name, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, son of Yahweh, and you'll be all right. Now I'm gonna give up the speaking to brothers so they can do the lesson.
Gone, yeah, because my brother said that we're coming into times where we're gonna see miracles and all the things. So today's lesson I want to speak about the woman, because we're gonna come into those times where the women are gonna have to humble down, like no matter what, And so I was watching a young brother, his name Zebulon Warrior, and he made a video that I guess there was like a radio show, and there was a woman there, Eve. She said that, how come I want a man that's biblical? And the radio host was like, first of all, you gotta be biblical yourself, in order to get a biblical man. What are you talking about? So, too, and I don't know if you guys seen Camp of the Apostles. Then they told the brother that because one of the brothers asked Apostle Zahar like, well, my woman was thinking about getting the vaccination, and then Apostle Zahar was like, hey, how long have you been with this woman? And I think the brother said 16 years. Mm-hmm. He's all 16 years, which I understand on Gabar's part too. He's all, she should trust you with this. You've been, with her that long, and she don't trust you. You telling her not to take it, and she's kind of, debating on it. Like, come on, But at least, Tahar had a little compassion for the brother, and he told him too, like he went to 1 Corinthians 7th chapter, I think 2:14 verse. But that's the thing, like his brother said, we're gonna come in those times though, where the woman gonna have to humble themselves, and next thing you know, they're gonna be looking for the man of the Lord. So yeah, so in order way for, you want to get yourself a biblical man, we're here. You know what I mean? We're right here. But first of all, you gotta act like a biblical woman, because you don't want a woman that keeps bitching at you all the time. You go to work and shit, and have a hard days at work, and she's over here bitching at you and shit. You don't want that. Back in those ancient times, the woman, was supposed to, call you Lord. And actually, this brings to right here. Can you get 1 Peter 3:6? And can you get a Sirach 26:14? Yeah. See, back then, the woman actually respected the man. They like, like they had their fucking heads down and shit, and things of the matter. So now we're coming those times where shit, you tell a woman, hey, shit, call me Lord or something, and they be like, what? Like, hell no, you ain't the Lord, you ain't my Lord, and they say shit like that. So that's just the woman's not even respecting you. So you get that?
It's you mean Wisdom of Solomon?
No, it was
Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah, Sirach, 26:14. But can you get that?
So this is 1 Peter 3:6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
See, Sarah called Abraham Lord. So what that goes to show, back then the woman actually had respect for the man. So she called him Lord. Like I said, you tell a woman, modern day woman, hey, call me Lord. Hell no, she's gonna laugh at you and look at you crazy and shit.
Yeah, because the scriptures say it's the man ahead of the woman, and then it's Mashiach ahead of man. Yeah. So that's why we call our Lord Lord.
Yeah.
And we're over the women, so they should call us Lord.
So it's about structure, It has to come about structure though, because the woman had to have, like I said, you guys are under us though. Without us, you guys can't have no kids. You put two girls in one room, try to tell them, hey, make a kid. They're not be able to make a kid. Two girls. You know what I mean? You need the man. You need the seed of the man to impregnate you.
And if they do make a baby, it's unholy because it got some test tube shit.
Yeah, some weird shit,
It got artificially inseminated.
Oh, they put a video out not too long ago about they had them in the incubators.
Yo,
they were making
shit.
them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's
I forgot what it was called. But you put it,
like clones or something. You know, but they're in incubators that they could grow babies. You know.
it's crazy though.
And now you can have a blue-eyed baby if you're fucking black. You can have a blue-eyed baby with blonde hair, a black baby with blue eyes and blonde hair.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. So, like the woman and shit, you know, but this is Babylon. We live in Babylon, you know, so that's the thing, you know, they want to be responsible, they want to be independent. But when Jacob trouble come and all this hell comes, you know, these shits off, they're gonna be looking for a man to you know, protect them. Because, you know, the women out here, they're gonna start getting fucking ravaged and shit. They're gonna be taking divorce. They're gonna, you know, men are gonna, you know what I mean, do what the hell they're gonna do with them. So, you know, like I'm saying though, it's gonna come in those times where the woman's gonna be looking for a man somewhere in the street. But like I said, the man are gonna be looking for that same woman to ravage them and shit, do shit to them. You know?
Yeah, so they'll be looking for a good man, and the time for the good man, it's gonna be done.
Yeah. And we're men of, you know, the Most High. You know, you see a woman and shit, you know, let's say she has a badass car and she's driving by here, she didn't think more higher than us. You know, she's like, look at those guys over there and shit.
They don't even got a car.
Yeah. And they're gonna think more lower than us and shit. So that's the thing. We're living in these times where the woman thinks more higher than the man. And her salary, her wages are more higher than you. She makes more money than you.
Yeah.
Man, she feels like she can tell you what the fuck. And the woman ain't supposed to be even fucking working. She's supposed to be at the house making you your clothes. Oh, that back in the day, how they used to do it. I think it tells you in Deuteronomy, you're supposed to make your clothes and shit, man.
My mom used to make my clothes.
Can you get that?
Ecclesiasticus 26:14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Exactly. Bitch tries fucking making more money than you. She feels like she can tell you what the hell.
And what the hell does she say when you tell her that? You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You can't tell me shit.
Yeah, I bought you that shirt. I bought you those shoes or something. You know, they want to throw that shit out, you know, at you though. But
I pay the bills.
Yeah. So, but a woman's supposed to be silent. They, you know, you come home late from somewhere and shit, right? Hey, shut the fuck up, you know? I'm here. You're not supposed to fucking be bitching at me about some shit like that. You know, you're supposed to be silent though. You know what I mean? But we live in those times where a woman feels like she has the right to ask you where you go.
And I think just because what they got between their legs is something like gold or something, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Or she has 3 and 5 year kids. She feels like that. What's that called though? Like that authority to ask you, like, hey, you know, man, who gives a fuck? Yeah, I could have 5, 10 kids though. It don't matter, you know.
That's why these women on social media they flaunt their shit, you know, and they get money for it.
Oh yeah. What's that called? Where they pay to see them and shit.
Fans only.
Oh,
There you go, fans only. There you go.
More like suckers only.
Yeah. Fucking
That's
wasting
not
money.
even.
You don't even get.
Some of
You
those
don't
are
even get no
not
pussy.
real, you know?
Yeah.
Some of that shit's not even real.
Fucking paying $100 or $200 just to
Oh
see
yeah.
5 minutes,
And then they'll
10
be
minutes.
like, and then they'll be sending you messages. Oh, this is a masturbation message. What the fuck? Like she's gonna be on her show, so get your fucking Vaseline ready. That's fucking disgusting. You're over here watching this bitch, and she's got 1,000 motherfuckers jacking off, and you're all jacking off at the same fucking time.
Yeah, the other niggas are.
That shit is
And then you're
fucking
going
funny.
that fucking what was making you go off and shit, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, that's why Apostle Tahar says get yourself a white woman. Get yourself an ugly white woman too, while you're at it.
because they're gonna listen to you.
They're gonna be so happy they got someone like you.
Yeah.
That's all they ever wanted.
Because the Edomite women, though, they see that we have flavor, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine there's a Edomite woman, they fucking married these rich Edomites. They're all fucking like, they don't even have flavor or style and shit. They're corny as hell. But they see, you know, like, oh, this guy got style right here and shit, you know? And they just married. In reality, they married them because they got the money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They ain't no real, what you say was love.
Mm-hmm.
We're actual spiritual people, man. Like, we're actually spiritual people. You know, you can feel that connection with someone else and shit, though, you know? So that's the thing. Edomite woman sees that, like, oh, this guy's like different right here. They gravitate towards us, though. That's why you see Jake be taking the big Edomite woman and shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, but those big women are better than any fine ass Israelite women, because those Israelite women are fucking going off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they feel like they have authority. They shit like their shit don't stink, you know?
Yeah, just because they got something.
Yeah, and there's actually was it Isaiah 2? Let me look for it real quick though. I gotta fix it. Yeah, because these women act like their shit don't fucking stink though, you know.
I got a
That's
piece
why
of
the
fruit.
woman is the most wicked, you know, out of on this world, you know, because they use what they got.
For an advantage, huh? Yeah. Actually, it was Isaiah 3 and 24. It shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, it rent. You know what I mean? And instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth, and a burning instead of beauty. So, the Jake woman right there, you know?
I got a piece of fruit.
Go.
This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 15. But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but Yahweh hath called us to the peace.
And Apostle Tahar was saying too that these women today, they need a chastity belt.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones that when they will go to war, right? They put them on the women, huh? Yeah. You tell a woman that, like, hey, I'm gonna go out of state and shit. Here's this fucking what's it called, chastity belt. They're gonna tell you, hell no, I ain't gonna wear that shit. Yeah.
That's why this fucking generation is done.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like this woman, when a woman could be pretty as hell, but she has a fucked up attitude, you don't want to deal with her. And there's a lot of. That's what I'm saying. The woman knows that if she knows that she's, so-called beautiful and shit, she'll use that shit. You know what I mean? She'll use that shit though. So yeah, she won't give you no play because she knows she's beautiful. So it's like she'll just, I don't give a fuck about you. But as soon as you come with a badass car, I mean, you look up on YouTube, the gold digging prank. A guy, will try to talk to a girl and she disses him, and then next thing you know, he turns on his car, his Lambo, and she'll be like, "Oh, is that your car right there?" And be like, "Oh, now you want to fucking talk to me, bitch?" You see a lot of those videos on YouTube, man. Just type in gold digger prank and shit, and they'll show you a lot of examples of the women nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Can you get Titus 2 and 3?